Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, January 16th, 2023. I still can't believe it's 2023. The years are just flying by. And today, guys, is Martin Luther King's Day. So happy holidays to everyone. As of yesterday, how exciting. As of yesterday, open enrollment ended. So I hope everyone had a very productive and profitable OEP. I know I heard a lot of good things from agents out there. So kudos to all of you for doing what you do to help your clients. I know they appreciate it, and so do I. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lisa McCrary, and I am one of the senior trainers here at AHCP. And let me just say happy Monday to everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. So let's go ahead and jump right into the meeting. And as always, we're going to start with our quote for the week. And in light of it being Martin Luther King's Day, what better way to remember the legacy of this bold and devoted peaceful leader than by remembering one of his many quotes that he has out there. In today's quote, it says, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear." Oh my God, I absolutely love this quote because it talks about love and it talks about peace, and that just resonates with me immensely. I like this quote because it's true. Love, as you guys know, lifts us up, and hate and negativity pulls us down. It just weighs us down. As you go through your day today and through the remainder of the year, I encourage all of you to continue your journey and your walk through life in love, as Dr. Martin Luther King suggested. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining me for Motivational Monday, and I am happy that you guys are here with me today. As always, we are going to start with the tips for the week, and then we're going to go over to my favorite, which are the sales and shout outs, where we get to recognize all of you who are leading in the industry in sales. And then we're going to talk about our sales topic for the week, which is, now that OEP is over, what now? What do we do now? So the first thing that I want to bring up is something I am super excited about, which is this trip to Cabo St. Lucas. Oh my God, somebody please give me a ticket. I love Cabo. I've been there once. I would love to go back again. So if anybody can put a good word in for Lisa, please do, because I would love to be able to go. But let me tell you how you get to go. You are actually able to go by the top 50 agents with more than $600,000 in credited annualized issued premium, AIP. You get to take, if you're one of those 50 agents, you get to go and take one guest along with you. So let's talk about the AIP. You earn AIPs by selling. And what I mean is, if you sell one short-term medical, you get one AEP. But as we know, supplements are extremely crucial to what we do because they fill the gaps in the plans that we sell, the ACA plans, as well as the short-term medical plans. So you actually get 2 AIP points, so double when you sell the products that are listed on your screen now. Now, the nice thing is that this contest has already started, and it started on 12/15, which was within that time frame of OEP when we're making all of our sales. And it's going to go through 1/15/2024, So it's going to go through next year's OEP during our most busy time. So you guys have a huge opportunity to be able to hit this goal of being one of the top 50 agents out there with more than $600,000 in credited annualized issued premium. I wish you guys all the luck in the world. And again, I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm cheesy. If you can put a good word in for me, I would greatly appreciate it because I definitely want to be there. I definitely want to be there. It's an awesome place to visit. So let's go ahead and talk about our tips for the week. When it comes to product training, I want to remind everyone that on the third Thursday of every month, Allstate has product training on all the various products that they have out there. This Thursday at 9 o'clock Pacific time, we're going to be talking about critical illness term life. Now, this year, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it. Not only are we going to tell you the particulars of critical illness or the products that we're talking about, but we're going to give you some tips on how you can successfully sell these products. So I hope you guys join us. Once again, it's on the third Thursday of every single month. And we always start at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Only thing you need to do is go out on AHCP website and register, and you should be good to go. All right, my favorite part. We're going to talk about our sales and shout outs and the leaders of those who have been selling the most for the week of January 9th, 2023. So let's first start off by talking about what was selling. Looks like short-term medical, United Health really stepped up last week. I mean, it was a big gap there. So a lot of United Health policies were sold. Here is a new name that we don't see very often with Limited Med, IMG. They led the way in sales with our Limited Med. Accident, this has been a consistent thing that's going on. Allstate seems to always lead the way when it comes to both accident and dental. So they did that again last week. And then critical illness, United Way was a strong leader in sales for last week. So now let's talk about all of the folks out there that led the way in sales when it comes to short-term medical, Limited Med, as well as accident. So with short-term med, we have Travis, Evan, and Blake. Travis was leading the way. Evan came in next, and then there was Blake. So congratulations to all of them for their success in Limited Med. This is a new name. We have Mohammed, and then we also have William. Mohammed led the way, and then William came in second. In accident plans, we have Bradley and Stephanie. So congratulations to all of our top agents for the week of January 9th. But I also want to congratulate all of you as well, because I know you also did an absolutely fantastic job. So congratulations to our leaders, as well as to all of you agents out there who are making a difference in your clients' lives. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and talk about our sales topic for the week. I am really excited about this because between the start of OEP and the end of OEP, I think it's like one of the most crucial times in our year when it comes to selling. So now that it's over, OEP has ended as of yesterday. What do we do now? Is there something we got to do now? Well, I say yes, there's plenty we have to do now, and that's what we're going to talk about. There's this saying in insurance, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but if not, I'm going to tell you about it right now. Open enrollment can launch your career, and that's extremely true because you have so many sales, but it's the other 9 months where you build your legacy. So guys, I'm going to repeat that again. Open enrollment can launch your career, but it is the other 9 months where you build your legacy. So, and I just saw a mistake there. So that's why I fumbled. So forgive me for that. It should be you, not your. But you guys get what I'm saying. When we do open enrollment, we are making a ton of sales in a short period of time. But it is very important on what we do with our customers and what we continue to do with new customers that come in over the next 9 months that really determine what our legacy is going to be in this business. So don't lose thought of that and don't think that you're done. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Okay, guys, you have worked hard. First of all, the first thing I want all of you guys to do is give yourself a pat on the back because you surely have earned it. Take some time to celebrate all of your achievements and the things that you have been able to do to help different people get into great insurance. That is an awesome thing. Insurance is so confusing to so many people, even some of us. And you guys made it happen for your clients. So congratulations on that. And make sure you take some time to celebrate however you do that. But we then need to look at ways we need to improve for next year. So that's what we're going to talk a little bit for 2024. What are some things that we can do that can help to improve ourselves come 2024? And that starts with reflection. It starts with reflecting on how things went this year. You can't know where you're going if you don't see where you're at right now and build upon that. So let's talk about that for a little bit. First thing I'm going to recommend to you guys, look at what went well this year, okay? And the best thing you should do is grab a journal and write that stuff down. So you're not trying to commit it to memory. You're actually writing it down so that you can reference it later. Write down what went really well, but then on the contrast of that, write down what didn't go so well, because you definitely don't want to repeat the things that didn't go well because that's just a waste of your time. Next, where did you get your best leads from? You guys, if your best leads are the ones that got you your sales. So make sure you take some time to look at where your best leads are or where they came from, and then see how can you set yourself up for the rest of the year, plus starting off again for open enrollment in 2024. Because remember, the next 9 months is just as crucial, and there are still great leads out there. So figure out where those best leads came from, and then continue to use those leads to drive your business for the rest of the year and going into open enrollment in 2024. Next, I want you to realize that how much did you spend when it comes to marketing and advertising? So one of the crucial things that we have to do as agents is first we have to brand ourselves. We have to say who we are and who our business is and what we're about. And then we have to market that information, and we have to share that with people who normally won't get that information. So make sure that you're going out there and you're looking for this past open enrollment. How did you market yourself, and what went well and what didn't go well? And once again, repeat what did go well and throw out what didn't go well. Next, what took the most time with the least return? Okay, so one of the things we always want to do is to work smarter versus harder. That is my theme in life. I don't like to work hard. I love to work, but I like to work smarter. And I'm sure you guys can appreciate that. So take a look at, what did you spend a whole lot of time on? And it's like, oh my God, that was just a waste. Get rid of that. Throw that out the window. Don't do it anymore. Look on what brought you production, which things that put you in front of the most people, things that brought you the most success. write that stuff down so that you can remember it and you can repeat it. Next, what could you have delegated out? You know, is there things that you could have done so that you can delegate some things and that are non-sales related, and you are able to concentrate on the sales? There are so many people out there that you can draw from that can help you. There are people who obviously who are looking for employment, but you got family members who probably would step up and say, hey, I'll help you. Do you need me to put some stuff in envelopes, or do you need me to make some appointment calls or something like that? Use people to help you. They will appreciate you asking, and it will be a great resource to you so that you can touch as many people as you possibly can. When I was selling, I had this thing that I used to say all the time: the more people I could see, the more people I can sell to. So if you can delegate things out to other people so that you can focus on seeing as many people as you can see so that you can sell as much as you can sell, that's what you should be doing. Next, something you might want to think about, and many people don't think about this, but you can get an assistant. Maybe it's that time for you to think about getting a part-time or a full-time assistant, depending on what your budget can afford. And those assistants can help you with getting rid of the muck so that you can concentrate on the sales. So the first thing I would suggest to all of you is to make sure that you are reflecting, taking some time to reflect on what happened this past OEP and how can you make it better going through the rest of 2023 and entering into OEP for 2024. All right. One thing, guys, that I absolutely love to do is I love to talk to other agents. And I got to tell you, in preparation for this Monday morning meeting, I went and I called some of the best agents out there that I know that could possibly help me understand what are some of the things that we need to prepare for and some of the things we should be doing right after open enrollment. I wanted to hear from the very best. Now, guys, I've had my license since 1998. So for a very long time. And when I was selling, I was one of the top 10, usually within the top 3. So I know a lot about selling. But one thing that I have learned, you don't know everything. And you can absolutely learn from others throughout your career, no matter how long you've been in the business. So that's what I did. I reached out and I talked to these great folks that are doing great things for their clients and their leaders in their industry to get an idea of what they were doing now that OEP is over. And these are some of the things that they shared with me. And they also mentioned that these things are non-negotiable. These are things you cannot not do. So let's go over them and let's talk about what I'm talking about and what I learned. First thing is go back and fill the gaps. What do I mean? Okay, some of you probably already know what I'm talking about. Go back and fill the gaps with supplements. So many times when we're talking to folks during OEP, we're talking about, our major med plans. We're talking about the ACA plans. We're talking about the short-term medical plans. And occasionally we have those savvy folks that want the fixed indemnity plans. But at that time, that's the only thing that's on their mind. And even though you brought other things up and you tried to package, sell, and bundle, they weren't having it. They weren't listening to it because they had their budget set on one thing and that's the only thing that they want to talk about. Well, now is a good time because you have to circle back around to them in order to make sure that they're happy with their plan. Because remember, customer retention is extremely important. It's no good in doing all this hard work and then have a leak in your bucket and all of your clients are leaving out. So we don't want that to happen. We want to keep our customers. So the way we do that is we follow up with them. And when we follow up with them, we fill the gaps. We simply let the customers know there are ways that we can make sure that your plan is a comprehensive package. And that's what I want to do for you, Mr. Customer. Remember when I talked to you about that accident medical insurance? You know, you have 3 kids, accidents are bound to happen. And you also mentioned that you had cancer in your family. So let's talk a little bit about accident medical insurance as well as critical illness coverage. It's not going to be as much as you think, but I think it's important for you. So let's talk about it and see what we can add that will fit your budget. I think that is very important for us to do, is to make sure we go back and we fill those gaps as we're making our phone calls to our clients. The next thing is contact the people you did not close. So a lot of times we as salespeople, we're very guilty. The ones that said no, you know, we're like, well, forget them. They said no, I'm not thinking about them. They're not thinking about me. Big, big, big mistake. A lot of times the people that didn't close with you didn't close with anybody. They procrastinated to the last minute. And it usually ranges from about 5 to 15% of people that are like this. If they didn't close with you, they didn't close with anybody, and they still need insurance. And no, they cannot get an ACA plan unless they have an SEP, but you can get them a short-term medical plan. You can get them something because everybody needs something. So circle back around to those people that you didn't close. One thing that I want to remind you, if you didn't keep a list of the people that you didn't close, that's one of those things you can put in your journal for next year to make sure that you do going forward, because you can find business even in the people that you didn't close. Remember, even those that you did not close, if finding out what type of insurance they receive and seeing if they're happy with it, and then filling the gaps with them. That's a darn good thought. You know, I might not be able to sell them an ACA plan or a short-term medical plan, but I can still fill gaps with them. You know, did you get critical illness with your package? Oh, let me tell you about that, Mr. Customer. Next, continue to post on social media. People are still, believe it or not, people are still looking for health insurance. So it's really important to still post information on social media. So what I'm going to suggest, I'm going to give you a pros tip here. This is how you can cross-pollinate, I like to say, or expand your reach when you are putting things on your social media. Make sure you include your friends and family, but send them a direct message or a DM and say, hey, can you do me a favor and can you repost my social media for my business that I just sent to you? Friends and family are more than happy to do those things. And guess what? Not only are you touching the folks that are within your network, but you're also now touching the people in your friends and family group of people or network that they know. So now you have more people looking exactly at what you're seeing. The next thing I want to say is make sure you are networking. Now is a great time to hit the pavement and start talking to our P&C agents, our financial advisors, making sure that we are talking to folks out there that can help us grow our business. So my favorite, as I mentioned, are the P&C agents, realtors, tax advisors, as well as financial advisors. Those individuals a lot of times find out about their clients' needs and their need for insurance. And guess what? If you are partnered with those individuals, you can be their go-to agent to send those referrals to. But remember, people don't always like to give and not receive. So make sure you are letting them know, hey, give me your information as well, so that if I have someone looking for P&C insurance, I can be sure to send them your way. Or if someone's looking for a tax advisor, I will be sure to send them your way. So make sure you're continuing to network. The other thing that I would encourage you to do when it comes to network, hit the streets and start contacting going out to talk to other businesses. What I like to do is I'm a goal-oriented person. So what I would always like to do is to have, right at the first of the year, start doing 2 contacts per day, where I'm meeting or I'm going out and giving my business cards out to at least 2 contacts per day. That's 10 per week. That is not bad. And then I am following up with those individuals to try and drum up business either from them or from their employees. And not only am I selling the major med stuff, I'm also offering the supplements to those individuals as well. The other thing is make sure your friends and family know what you do. Now, I got to tell you, when I first started, my husband was my biggest advocate. He was telling everybody that he knew what I was doing for a living. I had children who had absolutely no idea what I did. So when people would ask my children, they were grown children. I have a 28-year-old. I have a 32-year-old, a 28-year-old, and a 23-year-old. And with those 3, they didn't have a clue as to what I was doing. So that was a hindrance to me, because when they talked to people, they could not effectively communicate what it is that I do. So I made sure I changed that. And before long, I started to see in-laws starting to call me just to ask a question. Usually that's how it started. Oh, I have a question about this. And then eventually they became my clients. My husband, I will tell you that his boss was my client because he had a question one day and called me and he said, hey, one day, can you take care of me? Can I just use you? Absolutely, you can. So make sure your friends and family know what you do. They're able to communicate it so that when they have people in their lives that need help, you are their go-to person. And then last but not least, you know what? We preach this all the time, ask for referrals. But what I have found, and I have sat with hundreds and hundreds side by side with agents, coaching them on how to be effective salespeople. One of the things that people are so reluctant to do is to ask for referrals. And I don't know if it's reluctancy or if it's fear. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to determine that. But I will tell you, most people appreciate when you say, is there anybody else you know that I can help? Because the nice thing is, if you just help them, they're happy with your service. So they're more than likely wanting to tell somebody else about you. And even if they can't use your services, the tenacity that you have by saying, is there anybody else out there that I can help with their insurance needs, they appreciate that. They appreciate you asking. And let's be honest, and I'm going to be honest, you can ask 10 people for referrals, and you might only get 2 referrals from those 10 people. But guess what? If you didn't ask the 10 people, you wouldn't have gotten the 2 referrals. So please ask. It's just the right thing to do, and it's a good thing to do to make sure that you are touching as many people as you can. Remember, the more people you see, the more people you can sell to. Hope you like those. And then the last thing, guys, that I want to mention to you, make sure you are sending your thank you notes out. It's great to gain new customers. It's awesome when you gain new customers, but retaining your clients is even better. So if you are not doing things by letting your clients know that you appreciate their business, you are there for them, they have your contact information, with no doubt, if they have any questions, you are their go-to person. If they don't know that and feel that, that's something you need to change, because you need to be that person for your customers, not only because they need you, and it's the right thing to do for retention purposes. But when you ask for those referrals, they're going to be able to say, this person is great. Lily has did some wonderful things for me, and I want to share that now with you. So make sure, if you haven't started writing out your thank you notes to your customers, now is a great time to do it. Don't wait until it's too late in the year where it's not as effective. Right now is when it's still at the top of their mind and they will appreciate it. All right, guys. That is going to do it for me for this week's Motivational Monday. I hope you enjoyed the topics that were discussed today and you found value in the information. Don't forget, guys, to join us on Thursday, the third Thursday of every month, for product training. And this week, we're going to be talking about critical illness. So make sure you join that with us. And as always, if you need anything or if you have any questions, you can email us at training@ahcpsales.com, or you can call the 1-877 number that is on your screen. And if you want to watch this or any of our prior videos that we have done for Motivational Monday, or any of our videos that we have done, you can go to the YouTube page that is on your screen right now and revisit that. You guys have a fabulous, fabulous week. And I am just so proud of all the things that you guys have done for your clients over OEP. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.